pretend like we always do, we have almost every single year dating back from 1856, an aircraft or flight has gone missing. The most recent missing aircraft went missing last June. So along with the aircraft, 2 people went missing as well. So this took place in central BC. This is in Canada. The year before that, 29 people went missing on an Air Force flight that was en route from Tabriz, India to Port Blair, India. The plane went missing over the Bay of Bengal. The search for the aircraft and the missing people became India's biggest search and rescue in history. What's freaky is that means that one plane this year is almost certainly going to disappear. The question is, what plane and when is it going to happen? And also, how many people are going to be on it? And listen to this, over the last 70 years, 90 commercial airlines have disappeared. Moving into number 9, it's time to freak out a little bit because mites are living in our eyelashes. That's a fact. 65 species are known to have Demodex mites living on our hair follicles. Humans are one of those species that have these Demodex mites, and in fact, we have 2 different types of them. Demodex folliculum, and we have the Demodex brevis. These are frequently referred to as eyelash mites, and most people, we don't have any symptoms, but there are other people that can swell up from it. Okay, so here's something else that will freak you out in number 8. First, listen to this. Okay, so what you just heard was a recording back in 1977. It was a radio signal that was received from deep space. The noise lasted for about 72 seconds. So back about 40 years ago, someone from outer space tried to contact us. This signal was recorded at the Big Air Radio Telescope of the Ohio State University. Right now, the signal is being called the WOW signal, and scientists and experts have been trying to understand what this recording means. Are we being invaded? This signal has been used many times to help support that there is extraterrestrial intelligence in outer space. I mean, is this real life right now? Do you guys believe in that there's something out there? Are there aliens? Okay, it's time for human teeth that was found on a fish, and this comes into number 7. This is insane. Imagine going fishing and you just caught this. This could be the creepiest thing ever. I would just snap the line and just let the fish go. There's no way I'm eating that. Why does this fish even have human teeth? How is this fish keeping their teeth so clean? I mean, their teeth is probably whiter than mine, and I'm a little bit freaked out right now, so let's move on. Unable to move in at number 6. Have you guys ever heard of sleep paralysis? This phenomenon happens to millions of people. Sleep paralysis is when you're awake, but you can't move your body. This happens after you sleep. Most people just wake up. Well, for some people, their minds would wake up, but their bodies, it's unable to move. I feel like sometimes I've felt this experience, and it's really weird. It lasts for seconds. You wake up in the morning, and your body is really heavy, and you just can't move it. Some situations are more severe, where it takes people a very long time to gain the movement back, and it's very scary, and you're aware of everything around you. Okay, number 5. Well, here's a fact for all you lefties out there, and you know what, including myself. I have to say, I really don't believe in this fact, but there are studies done. Left-handed people die about 9 years younger than right-handed people. I think this is a myth, but there was a research done on this that started in the late 80s to early 90s. Did you guys know that only 10% of people are left-handed? It means I'm unique, I'm special. So let me quickly list a few things why left-handed people might die earlier. Most things are not meant for lefties, which could be very dangerous. There was a study that showed left-handed people get into more accidents, left-handed people are most likely to go insane, and alright, I don't want to get depressed right now because I'm in the minority and I'm gonna die sooner than you guys are, you righties out there, so let's move on to number 4. Okay, so we can all agree that doctors saves lives, right? Well, what if I told you your doctor could actually be the reason why you got very sick or even died? This is because doctors are known to have a very sloppy handwriting. I don't know why it is, but they're terrible at writing. And this is just fact. Well, sloppy handwriting has contributed to more than 7,000 deaths a year. Take a look at this note. What does this even say? A lot of times the wrong medicine or dosage is given just because they can't read what the doctor is saying. Since we're talking about death, let's continue in at number 3. This might scare you guys a bit, but did you guys know that 93.5% of humans have died? This is almost the entire human race. Since the beginning of time, 108 billion people have died, and alive today is only 7 billion people. Over 55 million people die every single year. This is an extremely high number. I think that death is one of the most scariest things in life, and all of these facts about it just freaks me out. Well, I'm about to get more freaked out with these last two facts. And at number 2, experts believe Earth is long overdue for a massive asteroid or a massive object that's going to destroy Earth. Back in 2013, there was actually a massive meteor that hit Russia, and it was actually captured on camera. Here it is. The last massive asteroid that hit Earth was back 65 million years ago when a 15-kilometer wide asteroid slammed into Mexico, starting a chain of events that led to the extinction of dinosaurs. An asteroid of that size hitting Earth is rare, but it happens every 50 or 60 million years. So right now, we're about 5 to 15 million years overdue. I really don't think it's gonna happen in our lifetime anytime soon, but it's scary to think about. So finally, in at number 1, if a massive comet doesn't take out the Earth, well, it's going to be the Sun. The Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. Every billion years, the Sun's brightness increases by about 10%. This is because the Sun is burning through hydrogen, which is insane to think about, that we have a giant star in the sky that is just constantly on fire. Well, if the Sun increased by 10%, this will make Earth uninhabitable, which means Stephen Hawking's last message to us would be correct. We need to find another planet to live on because Earth is going to be destroyed. We're not going to be able to sustain ourselves on here. Again, this is something that is just out of our control. Okay, so starting off this list, and at number 10, grocery stores treat packaged meat with carbon monoxide. I'm not making this stuff up. Yeah, so that colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas that is toxic, it is used to preserve our beloved chicken and beef when it is packaged and shipped to the grocery store. Obviously, our meat would spoil and go rotten rather quickly if it wasn't treated with some sort of preservative. But why the heck would they choose a poisonous and toxic gas? Apparently the carbon monoxide is good for preserving the meat's color and freshness, and it allows these products to be sold for much longer than they should be. The American meat industry has been packaging meat with carbon monoxide since 2006, and there haven't been any negative reports. The FDA has classified carbon monoxide as generally safe. I mean, this sounds a little bit sketchy to me, but I can't resist a good steak, so I'm going to continue buying my packaged meat. Insects crawls onto this list. Ugh, I hate insects, and they're gonna freak us out in at number 9. And I hate to break it to you, but we eat insects every day. I know a lot of you guys know this, but some of you didn't, and you're welcome for freaking you out now. I guess if you intentionally eat insects, then you're not too worried about this, but for someone like me, this is a pretty scary fact. Although I appreciate the extra protein I get on a daily basis from these insects, I would rather not be eating them. According to the FDA, they have allowances for the number of insects that have legally allowed to turn up in your food. I mean, how is this even possible? So yeah, basically you're eating these gross bugs and insects every single day. And actually the average person eats up to 430 insects a year, which works out to be about 1.2 bugs a day. And you know what, I'll probably be fine if they're just tiny ants, if I have to choose any bug, but I'd be freaking out knowing that I'm eating like a maggot or something. I think something should be done about this. I mean, it's 2018, don't we have the technology to not have bugs in our food? And am I the only one grossed out about this? Next up, number 8, we have sleeping. Did you know that your mind can sense someone staring at you even when you're asleep? This is like an extra sense. That's why you randomly wake up during the night when someone is looking at you. This is a weird ability to have, but I'm actually really thankful for it. Because if a stranger broke into my house and watched me sleep, I'd want to know about it. I don't know what I would do about it, but I'd want to know about it. I bet you Nicolas Cage was happy that the mind is able to do this because one night he randomly woke up to a stranger standing over his bed. The person was naked and they were eating a fudgesicle. Imagine if you didn't wake up. What other weird food would the stranger be eating? Okay, all jokes aside, I really find this really interesting and creepy all at the same time. It's like one big fusion. Ballpoint pens are in at number 7. I know what you're thinking. What's so scary about a ballpoint pen? Well, I was under the impression that the only scary thing that they can do is either explode in your pocket or your teacher might use one to write you a bad grade. But in reality, an average of 100 people actually choke to death on ballpoint pens every single year. I mean, you have to ask yourself one thing. Is this real life right now? I think that we might might need to outlaw ballpoint pens. This is actually so messed up when you think about it. Another scary fact about ballpoint pens is that if you Google ballpoint pens, there is literally an article about 100 ways that you can use to kill a person with a ballpoint pen. I'm not even kidding here. And you know what? I'm gonna teach you guys a few techniques, because why not? Well, one technique is just to stab someone with a ballpoint pen, but I guess you can do it with any object. It doesn't have to be a ballpoint pen. And also you can use a ballpoint pen to sign away for a hitman to kill someone. So there are many ways you can kill someone using a ballpoint pen, but with any object you can kind of make up 1,000 ways to kill someone with. Okay, so what's in your belly button? I don't know what's in my belly button. A lot of lint or something? Well, this comes into number 6. This fact is actually pretty disturbing, so brace yourselves here. Are you guys aware that there is a full-on ecosystem in your belly button right now? I don't know about you guys, but I'm about to pump a full bottle of hand sanitizer and just rub it all over my belly button. And you guys are probably gonna want to do the same thing after you hear this. So back in 2012, scientists have found 1,458 new species of bacteria living in your belly button. That's over 1,400 new species of bacteria, which is absolutely insane. Apparently your belly button is just as unique as your fingerprints, because each person has a very different bacteria living in their belly button. There was even one person who volunteered to have their belly button swabbed, and it was discovered that her belly button contained a strain of bacteria that had previously only been found in soil from Japan, and this person has never ever been to Japan. So after hearing this, I'm gonna make sure I wash my belly button a little bit better. I'm not even sure how much attention or how much time I spend washing my belly button, but now I'm gonna take a conscious note of it. Your beloved cell phone drops into this list at number 5. People generally clean their homes once a week or do a deep clean twice a month. We disinfect our kitchen counters, clean our carpets, and make sure to scrub our toilets. But how often do we clean our phone? Well, I have an answer for that. I've never cleaned my phone. Like, what are you talking about cleaning your phone? Well, you're probably not cleaning it as much as you should, or if you're like me, like I just admitted, I don't clean my phone. Well, you know what? After doing the research for this video, I'm going to make sure I scrub my phone with soap and with water and just rinse it. Hopefully my phone is still working after, but at least it won't be dirty. Well, according to multiple studies, your cell phone is 10 times dirtier than a public toilet seat. Those things are disgusting. There's absolutely no way. And it gets worse. 92% of phones have bacteria on them, with 16% containing E. coli bacteria, which is commonly found in feces. Pretty gross. These bacteria can easily lead to infections if you're not careful. The influenza virus and the scary MRSA bacteria are also found on phones, which can also cause really severe rashes and also skin infections. So how often do you clean your phone and get rid of these nasty bacteria? So let me know in the comment section below. You're supposed to fill a spray bottle with diluted alcohol and lightly spray it into a microfiber cloth and gently wipe the phone down and the screen and the case. Don't ever spray the solution directly onto the phone, or else it will probably get ruined. Okay, that's enough with cell phones. Let's move on. The end of the world explodes in at number 4. Were you guys aware that the world almost ended in 2017? I don't know. The world almost ends every year. Well, okay, the world didn't almost come to an end, but lots of people could have been killed and cities could have been destroyed beyond repair. And that's because in 2017, a 100-foot asteroid nicknamed AG-13 passed by Earth. This huge asteroid was approximately the same distance as the moon, and it just nearly missed our planet. Scientists claim that they only saw this deadly asteroid roughly 24 hours before it would have hit Earth. I mean, hello NASA, what are you guys doing? I thought you guys were experts there. You guys only found out 24 hours before our doom. So I guess the lesson here is we'll never know if an asteroid is going to hit Earth until it's too late. I don't know about you guys, but I want to be informed if something is going to happen, because I can prepare like a great last meal or something like that. Okay, sneezing makes its way onto this list at number 3. Have you guys ever tried to suppress a sneeze? Sometimes I like to try to stop my body from sneezing because I'm in a quiet room, or I just don't want to deal with the after effect. You guys know what I mean. But did you guys know that if if you try to suppress a sneeze, you can rupture a blood vessel in your head or neck, and you can even die. It's very rare, but you can even die. The pressure trapped in your head can be extremely dangerous, and if you don't die, it can cause a lot of other problems too. Your ears can be at risk, causing your eardrums to rupture, which can cause permanent hearing loss. So the moral of the story, kids, is never hold your sneeze in. Just let it out. And from sneezing, just like that, to serial killers. Well, serial killers stab their way onto this list of number 2. Are you guys aware that there are roughly 50 serial killers in the United States who still haven't been caught yet? Yeah, that's right. You might even have one of these serial killers living in your apartment unit, or they might be living down the street from you. And according to the New Yorker, there are about 2,000 serial killers who are on the loose. This is really unsettling. I'm not sure if I can go to bed at night. I don't even want to go to the United States anymore knowing this fact. I'm sure there are serial killers around the world though. Why are there so many serial killers roaming the streets? You would have thought that we have caught them all by now, but nope. They are probably strangling someone right now. This is pretty sickening. Oh, and the average person walks past at least 16 murders in their lifetime. Just imagine that. And you know what? Things got pretty morbid on this list, so let's move on to our next fact. Morbid Recordings comes onto the scary list in at number 1. This fact is actually pretty messed up, and I'm definitely not brave enough to go to this website. Okay, so for the website, for you guys who are brave enough and want to hear the last words of people before death, you guys can head over to planecrashinfo.com, and what you're about to listen to are the voices of people screaming for help in their last few minutes of life on Earth. And I warned you, it gets pretty morbid, it's pretty freaky, it's pretty scary, it's intense to say the least. Imagine going down in a plane crash, in your voice, you were able to get your last message out there. Me, myself, I couldn't really listen to the tracks because, like I said, it gets pretty intense. And I literally don't know why a website like this even exists, but there are a lot of disturbing things here on the internet.